The Priestess and the Palm Wine Tapper. In the verdant, spirit-soaked hills of Umwakanu, a village wrapped in the golden arms of sun-drenched farmlands and ancient kola trees, the gods whispered through rustling leaves and crackling fires. Umwakanu was no ordinary place. It pulsed with unseen rhythms, a place where ancestors walked quietly among the living, and the earth spoke only through those chosen by Allah, the revered goddess of fertility, morality, and land. Among these chosen was Nkemdelim, the radiant, mystifying priestess of Allah's sacred grove. Selected by divine casting of kola nuts when she was only 7, she had never truly lived as a child. Her life was folded into chants, rituals, and dreams haunted by spirits. Her skin glowed like shapelish mahogany, and her eyes shimmered with quiet, untold wisdom, eyes that seemed to know your sins before you confessed them. The villagers revered her with fearful devotion. They called her Ada Allah, daughter of the earth. She lived in a thatched temple hidden beneath a sacred odum tree, where the wind itself bent in worship. Her voice was seldom heard, and when she spoke, it was in sacred proverbs or riddles older than the hills. But destiny, mischievous and persistent, was brewing a tale unlike any Umwakanu had seen. Not far from the temple, on the lively edge of the village, lived Obina, a spirited young man with a laugh that could make even the stone-faced elders smile. Obina was a palm wine tapper, strong-armed, honey-voiced, and wildly popular. Every morning, he climbed the tallest raffia palms with the agility of a squirrel and sang joyously to the winds. His wine was legendary, his charm even more so. Unlike the other young men who would sneak glances at Nkemdelim from afar, Obina didn't cower under the weight of her mystery. He was curious, deeply, maddeningly curious. One dusky evening, the sky painted in strokes of crimson and purple, Nkemdelim did something she hadn't done in over a decade. She walked to the stream alone. Barefoot, wrapped in the sacred white cloth of her calling, her coral-laced hair caught the breeze and whispered forgotten songs. She moved slowly, cautiously, like a spirit drifting through the waking world. Obina, returning from his evening tap, stopped mid-step when he saw her. She was like a goddess carved from moonlight and silence. Quietly, he approached her. "Let me carry your pot," he offered, his voice low but firm. Her gaze met his, fierce yet frightened. "You must not," she murmured. "The hands of a priestess must not touch love." Obina's eyes twinkled, mischievously. "But the hands of a priestess touch the earth, and is the earth not full of love?" She said nothing, but that night, she dreamed of him. And so began their secret dance. Every evening, by the soft gurgle of the stream, Obina would meet her. He would tell stories, some real, many invented, of wrestling monkeys in the palms, of stubborn trees that refused to give sap. She would laugh, quietly at first, then more freely, like a young girl discovering the world for the first time. They spoke in riddles. He would say, "The snail moves slowly, but it always reaches its home." She would reply, "But some homes do not wait forever." Their love bloomed silently, defiantly, like the okra flower that blooms before dawn and hides before daybreak. The forest watched. The spirits listened. But the gods never slept. One storm-laced afternoon, the high priestess, an ageless woman with skin like scorched earth and a voice like rustling leaves, summoned Nkemdelim to the inner shrine. She chanted solemnly, "Ada Allah, you have reached the time of the binding soil festival. In 2 moons, your body shall be bound to the land. You shall become more spirit than woman. Your womb will belong to the gods. Your tongue will serve only Allah." Nkemdelim's heart broke loudly in her chest, but her face remained still as stone. That night, she went to the stream and wept beneath the full moon. Obina found her there, her shoulders trembling silently. "They will take me," she whispered bitterly. "They will bury my heart and leave my body behind." "Then we run," he said, fiercely. "Far away, beyond the rivers, past the hills where even the gods grow quiet." She looked at him, eyes wide, vulnerable. And if the gods chase us? Then we run faster. Until we are nothing but two shadows on the horizon. They planned in whispers, in stolen moments between chants and tree climbs. They would leave the night before the festival, under the cover of darkness, and head for Egypt, a far-off land where no one knew her name. But fate is not so easily deceived. On the night of their escape, a furious storm erupted, lightning danced madly across the sky, and thunder boomed like angry gods drumming from the heavens. They ran, hand in hand, soaked and breathless, hearts pounding like the ceremonial drums of the Ofola festival. As they neared the edge of the sacred forest, a massive odum tree, ancient and vengeful, cracked in the wind and fell with a deafening roar. Obinna, ever brave, pushed Nkemdelim out of the way. The tree caught him full on the chest. "No," she screamed, dropping to her knees, clutching his broken body. "I would still run with you," he gasped, blood painting his lips. "Even in the next life." He died in her arms, his face peaceful, as if the gods had taken him gently in the end. Nkemdelim returned to the temple alone, her soul shattered, her voice silenced. The high priestess said nothing, for even she feared the pain in Nkemdelim's eyes. The gods had punished love, but they had not broken it. Nkemdelim completed the binding festival, but she was never the same. She became the silent priestess, and people said she now spoke only to the wind. Each year, during the palm wine festival, she walks to the shrine with a god of Obinna's favorite wine. She pours it gently onto the sacred earth and whispers, "To the one who taught me that love is the only thing even the gods cannot tame." And when the wind rustles the trees, it carries her whisper far into the hills, where some say Obinna still climbs, laughing, in the land beyond this one.